Well, let's
Yeah.
jump over to table salt, see if you heard about this, and this is my permitless foreigners that I brought up. The title, March 4th, 2025, in the final days of the Trudeau government, Mark Miller, then Minister of Immigration, quietly signed an order making it easier for employers to hire temporary foreign workers already in Canada without needing a permit, effective after the election. So here's a highlighted bit here from the background. Temporary foreign workers fill important labor and skills gaps in all sectors of the Canadian economy. Blah blah blah. Workers in these situations have to apply for a new work permit and have to wait for their work permit to be fully processed before starting a new job. This could mean a delay of several weeks and result in a prolonged break in employment for the worker and a frustrating wait for employers who sought to hire amongst the temporary foreign workers already in Canada. Here's the effective date and expiration. This public policy takes effect 12 weeks after it's signed. So,
Do you have
which
any
will run through
examples
May
of that? Like
16th.
what it's supposed to be? Like who would be affected by that?
I don't know. Let's read this one. Public policy considerations. Aligned with the government's goal to reduce the inflow of new temporary workers in Canada, it is imperative to better utilize the skills and training of the temporary foreign workers already here. The like 150 of them lined up at Subway for a job. As well as offer workers a viable and timely alternative to change employers if they need to do so. A timely transition to new employment is beneficial to both work employers and workers alike. The employer is able to hire the worker who is already in Canada and have them stuff. Why not? There's no mention of hiring Canadians, a timely who's already in Canada, have them start work quickly, and the worker can remain financially stable without a prolonged break in employment. Therefore, the objectives of this public policy is to allow temporary foreign workers already in Canada who are changing jobs or employers who now have secured a job offer under the same terms of either the temporary foreign worker program or international mobility program to more quickly begin work in advance of a final decision on the work permit application. So just assume it's going to be fine because it's your second one, I guess. Therefore, I hereby establish that, pursuant to my authority under Section 25.2 of the Immigration and Refugee Protection Act, there are sufficient public policy considerations that justify the granting of exemptions from the requirements of the Act and the immigration and refugee protection regulations listed below to foreign nationals who meet the conditions set out below. Individuals expected to benefit from these measures include foreign nationals who, one, are on maintained status and are authorized to work while their permit application is pending, but who are bound to the conditions imposed on their expired work permit such that they cannot move to a new occupation or employer. Two, continue to hold a valid work permit that limits them to working for a named employer, but need to transition to a different occupation or employer for reasons that may include having being laid off. Or three, are work permit exempt, but require a work permit to work in a new occupation or for a new employer.
Huh. I
So
mean, I can kind of build on that if you're done a little
I'm
bit.
done.